You are watching Pausing with Erik. We pause for a second or two. How do we keep life coherent when so much is changing? This is episode 274, first pause of the day. Today we are talking about morning. The symbol for our mornings is a coffee cup, a cup of coffee. Morning is a sleep skill. It's a skill mornings are not really usually thought of as a skill. Mornings often just sort of happen. We sleep, we wake up, and then there it is, our morning. Whether we like it or not, no matter what we do or do not do, the morning will come. So in one sense, morning is not really a skill at all. It's just part of life. It's not really something that we do. It just is. But we can turn it into a skill. We can sort of make a craft out of our mornings, because oftentimes they are quite tough. They can be quite difficult to reconcile ourselves with. They can feel uncomfortable, or like we just want them to be over with. The transition from sleeping to waking up, that is morning. When we go from sleep to waking up. And that transition from sleep to waking up, it can be many different things. It can seem like every morning feels different from the last one. It can feel quite mysterious as to how mornings really work. Some mornings we just feel fine. We wake up feeling just okay. Other mornings we wake up and feel excited, that we're looking forward to the day. We just, let's go. And then there are mornings when it just feels terrible, and we sort of dread the coming day. And sleep skill morning is probably the most useful for this last kind of example. When it feels tough getting up, it feels tough starting our day. That's when sleep skill morning can be useful. Let's look at it. We pause and check in on our night dreams, as well as on expectations placed upon us for the day. So you can see here that we pause and check in on two things. The first is our night dreams, which is from when we were sleeping, from this position. And then the second thing is that we check in on expectations placed upon us for the day. And this is for this second state, when we have woken up. So between these night dreams of ours and the expectations which are placed upon us, there is a transition we must make. And some mornings this transition is really tough. It can be that our night dreams or nightmares. It could also be that the expectations placed upon us are too heavy. And in worst case, it can be both. That we dreamt nightmares during the night and that the expectations placed upon us are too heavy. And that's for the really great days. That's the case. Cup of coffee. Morning. So what is it that we're doing? It's not that we are supposed to solve everything. We're not supposed to, solve our night dreams. We are not, we are not trying to interpret the dreams or make something out of it or find what are the symbols in my dreams. It's not anything psychological like that. It's just that we pause and check in on it. Okay, what did I dream? How did I feel about it? What was the sort of mood in the dream? Is there any sort of scene or episode or image in the dream that lingers with us? And just, okay, so this night, this particular image or mood lingers with me. Like a tale of mood or a sort of initial feeling to the day. And then the second thing, we check in on the expectations. And here the important part is sort of to just acknowledge that we have expectations placed upon us. And when those expectations feel heavy, we simply acknowledge ourselves in that they are indeed heavy. Oftentimes, nothing needs to be solved. Oftentimes, it's just simply to sort of not push away whatever we were dreaming, not push away that we have actual expectations placed upon us. Oftentimes just sort of affirming ourselves in reality, what is real to us, the real dreams that we actually had, and the real expectations that we are actually having placed upon us. That is what it's about. To just pause, check in on it, and acknowledge it. We do not need to be solved. Nothing to solve. Just, okay, that's it. Morning is how we set our reference pause for the day. A reference pause. So during our morning, when we go from sleep to awake, when we sort of check in on which dreams we had and the expectations placed upon us, when we make that transition, that pause that we make there, when we just sort of sit like I'm sitting right now and, okay, I dreamt so and so, the expectations are so and so. What we are doing then is that we are setting sort of a reference pause to which every other pause during our day points back to the first pause of the day. Every other pause during our day is sort of referenced with this first pause of the day. It's compared to this first pause of the day. So, say that we make this first morning pause, and then we set out for our day. Then every other pause during the day will sort of have like this residue feeling to it, which comes from the first pause. So say that my first pause of the day is in these cases when I'm having a tough time. I dreamt nightmares and I'm not at all happy about the expectations placed upon me. Okay. Then if I encounter another situation while being outside, and the mood in that situation is very different from the mood in my reference pause, this morning pause, then my pausing in that second situation will have in it some residue from my reference pause. Can you see? It's like if I go out and I meet someone who is really cheerful, and I pause for a second and just, wow, you are really cheerful, then that pause will sort of get some of my reference pause in it. So the other person will sort of feel where I'm coming from. If they are, if they have their senses with them. And this is sort of double-edged. On the one hand, we get more visible. We are more easily seen how we are as a person. And that can be a scary thing, especially if we dreamt nightmares and have expectations placed upon us which are not fun. So that's scary on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's honest, it's genuine, it's transparent, it's a very good foundation for actually meeting with the other person. So you be the judge if you like this or not. Personally, I do this all the time. I do it by default because, I don't know, I just feel that I end up where I am supposed to end up in life when sort of I'm not trying to split my one pause from the next too much. Of course, if we meet with something that is not benevolent, something malevolent, I think it's called. If we meet with something that wishes us harm, then of course we put our guard up and sort of cut off from that element. But most of the time that's not really necessary. Most of the time we can just be, who we are. Morning. The reference pause. It's really nice because when we pause like this during our mornings, a cool thing that happens is that when we actually sort of check in on our night dreams, as well as check in on the expectations placed upon us, when we do that, our night dreams and expectations sort of ease up on us. So my experience is that the more I pause with night dreams and the more I pause with the expectations placed upon me, they do not get any less heavy or any less drastic, but I feel more fine about them. I feel more okay. Like it's not the end of the world. And that's a very cool thing. And that is with nothing being solved. I'm not trying to solve anything. We're just, checking in. Not trying to push it away too much. Just sort of firmly, but still gently, hold this thing, this dream or this expectation. And just, okay. And then sort of have it as our reference pause and carry it with us casually during the day. Some days the reference pause will stay with us for the whole day. At other times we will feel that we can let it go just directly. So it differs. But still we make that reference pause. We make it so that we can carry it with us if that's relevant, or we can let it go if it's not feeling that interesting. My general feeling from doing this is that people sort of become more honest. More honesty. So sleep skill morning makes life a bit more honest. So it would seem, as a conclusion perhaps, that night dreams and expectations, these two are a part of honesty, day-to-day honesty, it would seem. That's it for today. Thank you.